Hey guys, so this video is going to be 5 tips for Diablo 3. The first tip is about time. Manage your time properly. Make sure you're in a map where you can move around quickly. So like here, the enchanter's close, the gym guy's close, the blacksmith's close, your greater rift guy's close, and your cube is close. I found that the maps that work for this is like Act 1, 2, and 5. For some reason, Act 3 stuff is just too spread out, so I wouldn't recommend there. The other thing is manage your time as far as like, okay, so say I play 4 to 5 hours. I focus that 4 or 5 hours just on Diablo. Granted, I do get up to get my kids' stuff here and there, but it's pretty focused at just Diablo. So you want to be able to use your time well. Whatever amount of time you let yourself have, use it to the fullest. The second tip is about bounties. So with bounties, you're doing those to roll for Primal Ancients. I use them to roll for Primal Ancient Weapon, Primal Ancient Offhand, and whatever will be, will be. If I have more time, then I will try and roll other stuff. But I've kind of let go of the idea of trying to roll on everything. Especially since I play so many characters, it's just easier to do these two and then go, and just if you get it, you get it. Otherwise, your whole entire time is soaked up in bounties, where you could be using it for other things. And especially since bounties and rolling, which you can go over the cube here, show you guys. You'll reforge legendary here. This is where you do this, and it's all RNG based. So you could like this season for my demon hunter, just on my dagger alone, RNG didn't like me. I've blown over 800 mats and gotten nothing. So so yeah, that's kind of my like little tips about bounties. And then the next one, tip 3, is pretty obvious. It's about gear. When you're comparing gear like ancient to ancient, take the gems out and compare the stats. If you leave the gems in, you will not see everything properly and you won't see the stats properly. So take the gems out and then compare. Because sometimes you will find an ancient that you can replace for an ancient and the stats are just a little bit better. Let's see. Tip 4, sets. I've heard of people trying to roll for sets like before level 70. Here's my tip, don't do it. Everything before 70 is pretty much cannon fodder. Like, it doesn't really, I mean, you have to upgrade some of your stuff to get through, but basically everything before 70 doesn't matter. The other one is augments. Don't bother with augments till you can do at least a greater rift 80 and above, because one, you probably won't have enough gems to do augments, and two, just even for a baby augment, I think the minimum you have to be able to run just to get a really nice small augment is at least 80. So, and if you're looking at 100 augments, you have to be able to run a 100 greater rift. So augments are like the very last thing you need to think about. If, and this will go into tip 5, which the last tip is, if you're stuck on rifts under 100, and this will kind of tie into the augment thing, augment is not the solution. You need to look at your builds and you need to see if it's a build problem, which sometimes it is. Sometimes it's a gear problem, and sometimes it's an enchanting problem. Look at all those things and see where things are falling. Because like for me, sometimes I'll look and I'll say, okay, I'm stuck at 92. Why am I stuck at 92? A lot of times it's a build. Sometimes it's just lack of gear, and I know it. Like, I can sit there and go, yep, this is a gear problem. So anyways, guys, those are the 5 tips for Diablo 3, and I hope they'll help you out there kind of get an idea of how we play this game at a faster level and give you guys some ideas of what's causing problems. And almost every Diablo player that I've ran into loves to help other people, but remember, we're going off of what we've done, what our gear is, and what we know. And sometimes we can help and sometimes we can't, because it's still pretty situational. Like, depending on what you're doing and what you have set up, will depend on how your season will go. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed the like little tips and little talk, make sure to subscribe. Thank you.